no, the judges can't hear you, particularly the judge that actually had student debt. Are you ready to cancel student debt? Do we need the Supreme Court to do the right thing? Do we need the Supreme Court to do the legal thing? So look, you know, I'm a school teacher, and I'm also a lawyer. But normally what happens is that when the government has the authority to get something done, like the Secretary of Education has the authority under the Higher Education blah, 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 blah law, when they have the authority to get something done, it doesn't get here. It never gets here. Because what happens is the lower courts say, here's the law, here's the authority, let's get it done. So this is my question for all of us. And I think Representative Presley said it as well. We watched what the cases were last year. So we're here outside, but we are wondering, is the Supreme Court going to follow the law, or is the Supreme Court going to follow corporate interests? And I know we're wondering that. And what I'm asking you to do, regardless of what happens today, is keep hope alive. We know, and we say, remember I said I'm a school teacher, we've said to young adults, and there are many here, I love all these caps, we've said to young adults over and over and over again, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. How many of us have heard that? That's all? How many of us have said that? How many of us have gone to college? But part of this bargain is this. If we go to college and we stay in college, we need to actually make sure that it's affordable, that it doesn't take everything and everything that our families can do. And frankly, that is what this machinery was supposed to be about. We go to college, we take out student loans that were supposed to be affordable, and we're supposed to be able to deal and thrive and pay our student loans back in an affordable way. But what has happened is that they have become unaffordable. They've become unaffordable. They've not people, and when people make a mistake or when they don't pay the exact amount, all of a sudden one is in foreclosure and one is in all sorts of other things, and they become even more unaffordable. And so that is why President Biden said, we are going to deal with that. As we deal with the end of the pandemic, we're going to deal with that. We're not going to start student debt again without actually making a down payment of it. And the Secretary of Education had the right to do it. And frankly, and this is what really pisses me off, during the pandemic, we understood that small businesses were hurting, and we helped them, and it didn't go to the Supreme Court to challenge it. Big businesses were hurting, and we helped them, and it didn't go to the Supreme Court to challenge it. All of a sudden, when it's about our students, they challenge it, the corporations challenge it, the student loan lenders challenge it. That is not right, that is not fair, and that is what we are fighting as well when we say cancel student debt. This is about the people, and it is about the people's future, and it is about all of your futures. So that's why when I started and said, whatever they do, regardless of what they do, we need to keep this fight up. That is how we make good with the students of America. So, lots of people have talked about stories of what it means. And there are two AFT members who are with me today, Dr. Leslie Eaton and Dr. Raven Collins, who are a married couple who took on debt to work as public university professors at SUNY Cortland. They also took on debt through the Parent Plus loans to send their kids to college. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Eaton and Dr. Collins.
I'm Dr. Collins. This is Dr. Eaton. First of all, I want to thank the organizers of this rally for inviting us to tell our story. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go first, and then Leslie will correct me in just a moment. I'm blessed to be here. I'm a product of the American dream. In my 30s, as a college dropout, I realized my life wasn't going anywhere, so I decided to go back to college. And I eventually met Leslie there, who was doing the same thing. With the help of student loans, we were both able to finish our undergraduate and graduate degrees and become professors. And then when we wanted to start our careers, we were lucky to get a job at a public university in central New York. My students aren't rich. Most of them come from middle class and working class families. Their families borrow money so they can pursue careers as social workers, teachers, counselors, and they work hard. And many of my colleagues at the college who are teaching those kids are in the same shape we were in terms of student debt, trying to figure out how to pay their own loans off. I paid for years. I paid on my loans, and the balances never seemed to go down. I was really tickled when they announced the public service loans, but I didn't qualify. None of my payments were accounted because I was put in the wrong plan. And they told me that to get in the right plan would have doubled my payments, and frankly, we couldn't afford it. And then my kids grew up and were ready for college, and we had to start borrowing money again for their loans. And so we just were getting terrified about our retirement. Last year, under the public service waiver program, I was able to get my loans paid off, and frankly, my Parent Plus loans of my kids. I'm blessed, and I think they figured I'd already paid on it twice as long as the 10-year program it was implied. I'm here to speak for all the people, all my students, and all my colleagues and their parents who aren't so fortunate. They were promised something, as several speakers have said. They were promised if they went to college and that they worked hard, they could pursue their dreams. But when you put people in decades of crippling debt, that's a broken promise. So I'm going to ask you to speak out for student debt relief, and let's make sure that promise is fulfilled.
Good morning. Thank you to the organizers of this event, and I'm so glad to see so many NAACP hats on. We're members of the Youth and College Division at our college, and I'm thrilled to see you all here. I returned to college having faith that education would open doors for me and my family to a better life. And the American dream is a fierce motivator. I discovered that you can study for exams while changing diapers, you can rehearse presentations while commuting, and you can complete readings between innings at Little League games. I felt guilty every time I left my son at the daycare center, and he cried as I walked out the door. And I felt guilty every time I missed class to stay at home with a sick kid. But I pressed on, and I was fortunate. I became an expert juggler of all things space and time. I ended up graduating Phi Beta Kappa and ultimately earned a doctoral degree in social psychology from the University of California. Thank you. I could not have attended college without childcare. Regardless of the fact that our student loan system does not recognize childcare as a cost of attending college, it was definitely a cost for me to attend college, and it might be for some of you, because 1 in 5 today, 1 in 5 college students are parents also, just like I was. Financial pressure during that time was tremendous, but student loans were the only option I had to pay for that childcare. And I'll be forever grateful that those programs existed. Allow me to add, though, that our child care center at that time, which was many years ago, had a 1 to 2 year long waiting list. They've known for a long time that there are parents who go to college to make a better life for their kids as well. I now understand that there was a huge unmet need there. And as a professor, I've had the privilege to talk to many students who are also parents and entered college in a non-traditional path as well. On Friday, I spoke with Jordan, a college student that commutes 30 miles each way from Syracuse to come to our college in central New York weather to attend classes. She's worried about her student loans too, because her 9-year-old will go to college not long after she graduates. Our own kids' college experience was marked by catastrophic economic downturns, as are many of you and your brothers and sisters. My son Ryan was a second-year undergraduate student during the 2008 financial crisis. That's when the state of New York furloughed college professors' salaries to help cover the expenses that the state needed to fulfill. My son Jeremy was an undergraduate during the COVID-19 economic crisis. For borrowers like us, these crises are impossible to overstate. As we consider today how taxpayer money is spent, let's remember that when the danger of a storm passes, the federal government helps families to recover and rebuild. Student loan cancellation is no different. It will help families recover and rebuild after the pandemic. It will help protect borrowers from falling back into economic distress. This assistance is needed, it is necessary, and it is equitable, and it is just. Thank you.
All right, y'all, let's give it up for Dr. Collings and Dr. Eaton and Randi Weingarten. All right, y'all, so our next speaker, I'm so excited. We are getting to hear from Representative Maxwell Frost, who also joined folks last night in the pouring rain to show his solidarity. So Representative Frost is the first Gen Z member of Congress and knows all too well the economic insecurity that comes with student debt. So everyone, come on, let's give a very warm welcome to Congressman Frost.
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? No justice! No justice! No justice! No justice! It's an honor to be in this space with you, NAACP, SEIU, Young Invincibles. There's a lot of organizations here. I can't name them all. AFT, my mom's a teacher, so I had to. Dream Squad, Dream Defenders, thank you. It's an honor to be in this space with NEA. I see the sign, all right. It is an honor to be in this space with y'all. I'm Congressman Maxwell Alejandro Frost from the free state of Florida. Not so free right now. Over 1 million people in my state would benefit from having their student loan debt canceled if this initiative is able to move forward. That is why I'm here today. For the 1 million people in Florida, for the people in my district of Central Florida, the fact that this issue, it's not just about economic justice, which it is, it's about racial justice. It's about ensuring that people have the resources they need to live their lives. You want to ask me about my politics? It's not about Democrat versus Republican. It's about the people versus the problem. It's about ensuring my politics is you living your best life. And in order to do that, you need the resources you need to tap into the opportunity of this country. We know all too well what that anxiety is. People out here looking at those next payments. It does something to your mind, right? It makes it so maybe you can't make the decisions you want to make. It makes it so maybe you can't follow that art that you want to do, or start that small business, or do the thing that you want to do in this life, and that's why this is important. And we need this court to make the right decision, because lately they've been making the wrong decisions. And that's why it's important to rise up. It's that inside-outside game. That no matter who you are, we need you on the front lines of this battle. It's not just about young people. It's about our entire country. It's about taking the shackles off of people and letting them live their life with that economic security that we all deserve. You know, yes. I'm going to be quick because I'm not a directly impacted person. Because believe it or not, I didn't finish my college degree. And part of the reason is because of the anxiety of student loan debt. Imagine the amount of people who wanted to go into higher education but couldn't just because of the anxiety of it. We have a lot of work we need to do. We know that this is to fix this now, but long term, everybody deserves to go to college for free, no matter who you are. No matter who you are. And for the folks that look at us and say, we're in this problem because we live beyond our means, it's not because we live beyond our means, it's because we've been denied the means to live. And when we understand that, it gives us the mental fortitude, it gives us the moral high ground that we have to fight this battle. It is an honor to be here with y'all. Let's continue to fight. God bless and cancel student debt. Thank you.
Give it up for Congressman Frost. All right, y'all. So our next speaker is Jerica Richardson. Jerica is Senior Vice President for Equitable Justice and Strategic Initiatives at the National.
And the rally right there continues on right outside of the Supreme Court. Obviously, everyone there wanting student debt to be canceled. And we'll see what the ultimate decision will be from the Supreme Court, which is likely we won't know until a couple of months from now at least. So we'll keep an eye on that for you right